Hi everyone, hope you're well and welcome to Seeds and Weeds. So today I'm going to just be doing some rotavating. I need to finish up with the machine as it needs to go back to the person it belongs to. So I have been watering the ground because obviously we haven't had rain, so the ground is very hard. As I say, over here I've had the sprinkler on. You can see here I've just started there and there's the rotavator there. So I've done this section, I've done 2 passes on it, and then I'm just going to carry on with this piece here up to this walkway. So I'm going to be doing 5 beds here and then up until my raised garden beds there, which I've already shown you. So let's get going with the rotavator and get as much done, because there's obviously a lot of grass that we need to get out of this piece before we can make beds with it. Awesome, let's get going. So for those of you who aren't familiar with the rotavator, I have shown it in one of my previous videos, but basically what it does is it just helps you to churn up the soil, and then, well, let me turn the camera around and I'll quickly show you how it actually works. It makes your life a lot easier, especially if you don't have hands to help you and you've got quite big areas that you need to try and just like do an initial till or get grass out, etc. So very handy and a lot faster than doing it manually by hand. Okay, so you've got the rotavator here. Here on the back you'll see there's a bar. So the idea of this bar is to, the more you push it into the ground, the more it basically wheel spins, which helps to churn the soil up more. So on your initial, like in this piece here, your initial, I don't know what the word is for it now, the first time you're going to go across it, you're going to go a lot slower because obviously the ground is a lot harder and it takes time to actually break that soil up and churn it. Once you actually do a second pass on it, it'll go a lot further and churn it up a lot better. So as I say, the more that pushes down into the soil, the more you wheel spin, the more it churns up the soil as you go over it. So just a quick heads up, as I say, they really are. If you can buy one, or if you can at least rent one to do a job like this, highly recommend it. Okay, so I finished rotavating this patch. Something I do want to show you is this piece here. You see there's like a bit of a block. It was a lot cleaner than the rest of it with all the grass like over there. And you'll also see after watering, the soil is actually very nice. This is generally quite nice sandy soil, but the difference between this patch and that patch, for those of you who are new, is that I actually had this tarp, which wasn't big enough to do the whole area, but I actually had this tarp laid out here. I put it down at the beginning of winter, so it's been out for about 2 to 3 months, just to try and help kill the grass and stuff, and I must say it makes a huge difference. So just after watering a couple of times, I watered for about 2 or 3 days just to get this soil nice and workable. You'll see here the soil is still quite damp, which made it a lot easier to rotivate. If it's very dry, as I say, it struggles. If I show you over here, the patch was a bit drier. It really struggles. I mean, here you can just see the difference between the soil of what was watered and what wasn't. And this is very, as I say, it's a lot drier, and even though it's sandy, it doesn't rotivate as nicely as if the soil is got a higher moisture content in it. So now we've, I want to say, done the easy part, but easier part thanks to the machine. Now it's time to get a rake and to start getting all this grass and weeds raked up and out of there. And then you'll see I've actually got markers for where the beds were. So it starts obviously with a walkway, so we'll have a bed, walkway, bed, walkway, and then I'll get those filled in up to our raised garden beds. finished putting in the new walkways, including the one right up against the raised bed garden there. This one will probably have to do repairs on it because it's got a bit damaged in the last season, and with us rotavating, etc. We should have lifted it before we started that, but we'll get that sorted out. So basically what we have left now to do is to put compost in the bed. So the pile that was there, I've just spread between the two at the end there, but we'll get compost laid on top. Then we're going to take that bale and then we're going to mulch. I'm going to do the whole garden again, so that whole piece plus all the new beds here to stop all the weeds from coming up, and also just to help a bit with moisture retention, etc. So still need to finish off those beds there. These 6 here we've got compost put in. We can start planning what we want to plant in there, but as I say, we just need to get compost put on these beds, and then we can start looking at getting those planted, which is super exciting. And all the seedlings are getting nice and big and almost ready to plant out, so yeah, it's good timing as well. So editing Brenda here, the wind was so bad that you could hardly hear what I was saying, so I just wanted to say thanks for hanging out with us. Not the most exciting project, but excited for the season ahead and what we're going to be planting in the beds here. Yeah, great hanging out, and if you haven't yet, please consider subscribing and liking this video. It does help our channel, and we'll be hanging out with you on the next one and giving you a tour of the garden. Bye for now.